to Reading Rev's Advanced Word Study Program. This is Leveled Up Phonics, Unit 1, Irregular Plurals. If you want to follow along, take out your Irregular Plurals note catcher, where you can catch the words that follow these 5 patterns. What do you notice about these words? Apple, apples. Watch, watches. Foot, feet. Fish, fish. Each one of the first words in the column are singular nouns. Each one of the second words are its plural form. But what do you notice about how these nouns change to become plural? They're not always the same. Plural nouns that do not follow our usual rule of adding suffix s or es are called irregular plurals. So cat changing to cats is the regular form. Man changing to men is called an irregular plural form. Many irregular plurals come from Latin, Greek, or Old English. Let's take a look. There are 5 irregular plural patterns. We're going to dive into each one of these patterns today. Pattern number 1 is a vowel change. Notice man becomes men, foot becomes feet. A long time ago in English, people made plurals in many different ways. Some words didn't just add s. Instead, they changed the vowel inside the word, like in man becoming men. Changing the vowel was one way to show that there was more than one. Back then, endings like I and E were often added to plurals. These endings caused the vowel in the word to change sound, which is why we have words like man and men, foot and feet, and mouse and mice. Most nouns stopped using vowel changes and just added s. But some words kept the old vowel change pattern, so these plurals look different today. Pattern 2 is when the word doesn't change at all. These are sometimes called zero plurals. A zero plural means that the singular and the plural form are the same word. We have one sheep or many sheep, one fish or many fish. No s or vowel change is needed. Why does sheep look this way? This comes from Old English patterns. Many animal names used for hunting or fishing didn't change in their plural form. It's tied to the idea of mass nouns. If you caught fish, deer, trout, or sheep, you often talked about them as a quantity of meat, not as individual animals. Over time, this stuck, so the plural stayed the same. Pattern 3 can be explained by historical forms sticking around. English has borrowed words from Old English, Norse, Latin, and French, and over time, these old patterns can stick. Think about the word child to children. In Old English, the word for child was kald. The plural form was ren, an old plural ending. That ending stuck, so we have children instead of childs. Person comes from the Latin persona. The word people comes from Old French. It has the Latin stem populus, so English borrowed a completely different word for its plural form. Pattern number 5 has to do with when a noun ends with an F or an FE. Many noun endings in F or FE change to a V before adding ES. Then the plural form is added. So leaf becomes leaves, wolf becomes wolves, calf becomes calves. The F changes to an E because it makes the pronunciation easier. This is sometimes called voicing the final consonant. There are some exceptions. Think of the nouns roof becomes roofs, or cliff becomes cliffs. Pattern 5. Many irregular plurals in English come from Greek and Latin roots. When English borrowed words from these languages, it often kept the original plural forms instead of adding the usual s or es suffix. Some Latin nouns that ended in us or changed to be plural by adding an I, like cactus to cacti. Greek words often form plurals using endings like esa or mata. For example, phenomenon becomes phenomena. The main idea is that English borrowed the words along with their native plural patterns, which is why they look irregular compared to typical English words. Let's take a look at some examples of these 5 patterns in play. See if you can decide which pattern each plural form abides by. Ox become oxen. So some words have an old-fashioned plurals. Ox becomes oxen. A long time ago, English plurals were made in different ways. So this would be ending, an ending is added. En is an ending that often represented plurals, like child and children. Let's take a look at the singular word crisis. If we make it plural, it becomes crises. This looks like it's a vowel change or possibly an ending change, and it is. Some words come from Greek and their plurals follow Greek rules. So other words that do this exact same pattern would be analysis becomes analyses, thesis becomes theses. Words that end in is often change to es in their plural form. We have one trout, or we have multiple trout. Some words don't change their patterns at all. This is a no change or a zero plural. These zero plurals often happen when people are talking about animals that they hunt or fish. How about analysis, analyses? You got it. This is another vowel change or ending because of its Greek origin. How about leaf becomes leaves? You got it. This is F changes to VE. How about species? Species. Some words stay the same in their singular and plural. This is another example of no change or zero plurals. How about bacterium becomes bacteria? This is a Latin rule. This bacterium is tiny. These bacteria have made me sick. Latin plurals are common in science and medicine. How about tooth becomes teeth? This is a vowel change. Old English used these vowel changes a lot, so we still have quite a few words that follow this pattern today. Hovercraft. Hovercraft. Some modern words stay the same in plurals. One hovercraft, two hovercrafts. This usually happens with vehicles or machines. How about fungus? Fungi. This is another Latin plural pattern. We often see these in science and biology. All right, let's encode or spell some of these irregular noun plural patterns. This is one person, and one person changes to lots of people. Try to spell people on your whiteboard or paper now. If you remembered that it has an O because of the Latin root populus, then you are correct. All right, the singular is knife. I want to change it to the plural form knives. If you change the F to a VES, you are correct. This is one single deer. If I have more than one, it is a zero rule and it stays the exact same. All right, take out your irregular plurals pattern page and see if you can test your knowledge about irregular plurals.